Good morning, everyone, again. So we are in Module 2, Descriptive Financial Analytics and Visualization. I promised to upload the completed syllabus by this week class. So for Module 2, we are looking at interpreting the different types of asset returns, simple and log, and then do some descriptive statistics. I'm starting with this because I noticed that some of the students in finance are not so much knowledgeable about fundamentals of returns, simple and log returns. So I always make it a point to really discuss this so that this really becomes part of our language, of our fundamental understanding, comprehension. Because what will be a finance professional? What will a finance professional be without having an in-depth knowledge of something that's very rudimentary or fundamental to finance professionals, like returns, simple and long. Okay, so aside from that, we'll be dealing with descriptive statistics. Okay, and then towards the last part, we're going to compare do some portfolio returns in preparation for your future lesson on portfolio management. Okay, of course, we're going to use R for this. Now, last time we already started this and we looked at the formula for simple returns. Okay, I don't think I gave this to you, but I'll give this now. So for a single period return, okay, look, you can copy this and paste this to the RMD file we were using, extend yun na lang class. Okay, I'll put this in the chat box. I just added some notes. Okay, good thing my R now is working. All right. So we learned last time that it's very important for us to learn LaTeX. And in LaTeX, that will really enhance the formatting of your report, of your of your output. Imagine class having to write this in script. This will be really very, very difficult to write, and the format will not be good. If you write it in LaTeX, just like this, look at the result. Okay. In fact, if I as we learned last time, the double slash there make means that that's the end of the line. So if I put another double slash there, it will put a space, but that's too much, I think. Ayan, dami na pala. Apat lang. Apat. Four. There, para may space, no? Kasi kung dalawa lang class, let me just illustrate that. If there are only two lines, so walang masyadong no, space. One, no? But if you want to put a space there, all right. So this is another thing that you're going to learn in this subject, not only R, but also the creation of reports class, the creation of formatting of reports. It's also incumbent on you class because you'll have cases that you learn how to navigate through the YAML. If in your other subject class in R you did not learn that, you have to learn that here. Okay, because I require that your case output should look good, not only be good in analysis, but also look good. All right, so going here, class, this is simple return, and it's also always denoted by capital R to distinguish it from the small r class, which is log returns. And we said that this is the not so efficient way to write it in let's say a computer, because you'll have to put parentheses here when you start computing this. But it's just the price now minus the price yesterday. If you're looking at daily returns class, no, you compare it with if you're looking at monthly returns, this price minus the 1 month before. So the PT minus one is relative. It depends on the period that you're looking at. If this is weekly returns, then the price at time T now minus the price 1 week before. Okay. And we said that this can be reduced to this one, which is a lot the better way, the better presentation of these returns. They're equal class. They're just growth rates. Okay. We're getting at the increase or the growth rate between two periods. All right. Then we define this. Take a look. It's here, no? P sub T. And I discussed last time the importance of text. Okay. Because if you don't put text there, class, let's see what happens. If I don't put text here, This will look like, class. Tingnan nyo, class, no? Sarado ko to, ha? Okay. Take a look, class, no? So, wala siyang mga spacing. Okay, that's why yung purely text class, it's best to Control Z. Okay, it's best to put it in a text, put it as a text class. All right, then PT minus 1 is the price of the asset at time T minus 1. So let's have a very brief crude example here. Let's suppose, class, that you have, this is your P sub T, this is your P sub T minus 1. Okay, the price now is 100, the price yesterday was 98. So I just want you to create a code chunk class where you manually compute for the returns, the simple returns of this period, 198. Take note, class, but that when we talk about periods in finance, we're actually talking of two returns. Okay, two prices, two values. One value does not produce a period, so you have to have two, at least two. Okay, so what's the return, class? What's the return for this? If the price today is 100 and the price yesterday is 98, what is the return? And could you kindly confirm that you have the same answer? Of course, this one will be written longer because of the introduction of the parentheses. Okay, can you please write in the chat box what you're getting? Please indicate your number also. I won't give this to you anymore, class, because I'm sure you can easily do that. Okay, your response, please. Di lang, class, ha? Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, that's very good. You're correct, no? So, well, this is a very crude example of just proving that this operation, yung may parentheses, is just the same as this one. And I'm sure you can tell me, you can agree with me that the second one is a lot easier. Now, just continuing the example, class, let's create this variable P1 and let's assign it the number. Let's assign the number 100 to the name P1. Did we discuss the assignment operator last time, class? Could you kindly feedback? If not, I'm going to discuss this. Did we discuss the assignment operator last time? Kindly chat, please. Have I discussed the... no, okay, sige. Okay, thank you. All right. Now, in R, okay, we have to be very careful with the use of yung equal, no? Yung double equal, may mga ganyan eh, no? Tapos yung alt minus, ito, no? All right, so let me discuss what this means. Okay, when you assign, let's say 100 to a particular variable, let's say P1 is equal to 100. Okay, so when I do this, class, let's do this first. You run this, and you notice, class, that below, you will have an object called P1. And the value of P1 is 100 here. Okay. Now, this is valid. However, it's not advised because equal may be used as, it's oftentimes used in functions. Okay, for example, you're using the function rnorm, and you will have to define the number of observations. Let's say x is equal to, there you use is equal to, this one. When you're assigning a value to a particular variable, it's better to use this one. This is called the assignment operator. It works the same as the equality sign, but it's better fit class. Okay, so when you're creating objects, it's best to use this. So this is called your assignment operator, and there's a shortcut for that. Okay, let me remove that. Press Alt minus, and I think in Mac it's Command minus. Can you please try? Tell me if it's correct. Command minus, or in Windows it's Alt minus. Okay, feedback please class if it's Command minus in Mac. I'm sure in Windows it's Alt minus. And please chat if you got it, class. That assignment operator. Okay, thank you. Windows Alt minus for Mac. Option pala, no? Thank you. Option minus Mac. All right. So these are small things that will help us, class, especially when you're working with functions and at the same time creating objects. It's more advisable to use this assignment operator. Okay. All right. Then let's create another one, P2, and assign 98 to P2. And once you have created this class, it becomes very easy there. So I now have P1 and P2. Okay, and take note, class, I'll explain this later. P1 and P2 are under values. And there's another classification here. We haven't done this class. I'm not sure if we have done this before, no? Exponential data or log data. But this one, class P1 and P2, this is a scalar class. A scalar is a special type of a vector. If you recall, class, if you have seen the videos, class, and please watch, because in the first face-to-face meeting, we'll have our first exams. Okay, so P1, P2 are vectors, in particular scalars, because they're only unitary, only one element. X here, class, contains several numeric variables. These are also vectors. Okay, it's not scalar because there are many. In fact, there are 1,000. So all vectors will fall under values. When you create that object, in the environment, it will be reflected in values. Okay, so let's go back here. Now we can perform this now. Okay, let's call R1 our return 1, and it's equal to, using this formula, P1 minus P2, open parenthesis, over P2. Okay, and as compare that with R2, which is P1 over P2 minus 1. So just the same concept. Okay, I won't belabor that point. Okay, just do that now, and please tell me if you got the same answer a while ago. And this is actually more convenient, and this is more proper, more efficient, because you might be using this value, kunyari, yung 198, gagamitin mo pa later. Had you not assigned it a name, then itatype mo na naman yung 100 at 98. But had you assigned the value of 100 to P1, then later on, you can still access P1. You can use that P1 because you have already assigned a value to, represented by P1 and P2. Okay, I hope that's clear. Okay, thank you. All right, good. Thank you. Okay, so when we compute for returns, class, whether it's simple returns or logarithmic returns, it's always, when it's positive, of course, we know that we say that there's a gain. Otherwise, if it's negative, then it's a loss. The one important thing here is, see my question ba? Okay, thank you. Okay, good. Thank you so much, class, for your response. No, I appreciate that. Yan. Okay. Because it tells me that you're there, you're in the moment, you're listening, you're participating. And that's very important to grasp the lesson. Okay. So I'm going to share this one. Thank you. Okay. Let's just look at this. Control C. Chat na naman natin. Okay, I hope that as we go along, you are learning now the importance of creating text and formulas in LaTeX format. Okay, so let's take a look at this class. So I'm looking at multi-period simple returns. Okay, this one class is single period lang, no? Dalawang prices, single period lang yan. Now, if you have multi-period, let's say you have 10 prices. That means, class, if you have 10 prices, you'll have 9 periods. Okay, it's always the number of prices minus 1. Okay, kasi hindi nasasama yung isa. No? Pairwise to di ba? May pair tayo. If you have 10 prices, you'll only have 9 periods. Okay, so how do you compute for the cumulative returns, yung total returns? For example, you have 10 days. No? Okay, or let's say 30 days. Let's say April, month of April. Sabihin natin May ngayon kasi 31 days, no? Or last month, April, you have the 30, although wala pa lang, let's say crypto siya, no? Crypto, kaya may price ng Saturday, Sunday. Okay, so 30 days. So the question is, you can easily compute for the returns, no? Let's say returns of period April 1 and April 2 will be the price at April 2 divided by the price of April 1 minus 1. So that's the price, that's the return between April 2 and April 1. So with April 3 and April 2, no? So with April 4 and April 3, etc., etc., until April 30 and April 29. You'll have those returns and you'll have 29 returns. Now the question is, what would be the cumulative returns for the month of April? Okay. Now, you might be tempted to add the returns. Kunyari, what's the return? What's return 1, which is April 2 and April 1. And then i-add natin yung April 3 and April 2. Okay? That is the wrong way to go about it, class. Kasi pag multiple period class, take a look at this. No? The formula is, tingnan nyo class, 1 plus the return total. Yeah, you start with that. 1 plus return total. By the way, I'm not sure if I discussed with you this one. Begin aligned and then end aligned. This is to align everything, class. Tingnan yung print out ko dito, naka-align siya, no? And the use of this end, class, this ampersand. The use of this ampersand aligned it, class, aligns everything in this regard to the left, no? Ayan, yung end. Tapos at the end of each line, this double backslash, no? Kung gusto mong dalawang spaces, yan. Pwede okay, no problem with dalawang sets. Okay? So at the end, hindi na kailangan kasi last line na naman yan. So you can see how beautifully written it is. No? Imagine, class, isusulat niyo yan sa script. O kahit sa Word, class, ang hirap isulat yan sa Word. Here, you just have to be familiar with how LaTeX format is written. Okay, so going back here, if I want to get the art total for the month of April, let's say crypto prices, let's say Bitcoin or XRP or whatever altcoin that is, no? Ito yung formula niya. 1 plus R1. R1 is the return, let's say yung first return natin, April 2 and April 1. 1 plus R2, okay, hanggang 1 plus RT. RT is the terminal, no? Yung huling-huli. Okay? Hindi siya yung total, yung huling-huling return ng period. In our case, it's April 30 and April 29. Okay? And then how do you get the returns? Okay, pina-product mo siya, class. Kaya nga ito, class, yung ginamit nating symbol, prod, no? Ito yung class, prod. And then notice how prod is written. May underscore dito, tapos, unang brackets, curly brackets, and then pangalawang curly brackets. This one is the limit dun sa ilalim, and this one, so this is the lower limit, and this one is the upper limit. Yan. Take a look at it, class, no? Ayan, no? T is equal to 1, and then T is equal to T. Yan siya. T is equal to 1, and T is equal to T. Yan. Okay? So, nice format, very clear, very understandable. Tapos, once you get the hang of it, class, madali na to, no? And you're able to come up with cases, reports. In fact, I have had some students before na ito yung ginamit nila. Sa thesis nila, ito, this one. Kasi andiyan na may formula na, meron ng codes, may plots na. Complete package itong R class eh. Complete package na siya. Alright, so what do? We multiply 1 plus R, no? 1 plus R. Okay. You add 1 to the returns. Ilan to? Ilang products to class? Ilang factors? Depende dun sa periods. In our case, April 1 to April 30, there will be 29, assuming na may trades lahat every day, no? Okay? So 29 yan. And what you do is multiply. Multiply each of them, and then how do you now get the total? Transpose natin C1 dito para maging R total to. So this is the formula class. Alright? So we learned how to compute for the single period returns and also the multiple period returns. Ito yun. Okay? R1 is a simple return of asset at period 1. RT is a simple return of asset at period T. R total is the cumulative simple return of the asset for all the periods. Okay, so it's like adding all the returns for all the periods. However, may formula siya ganito. Okay? Is this clear, class? Kindly chat please if clear siya, kung clear yung ano natin, yung cumulative. Of course, there's a formula in R to get hindi yung manually gagawin natin yan. Okay, good. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. So let's to simplify this, pareho lang naman to class, no? Actually, naulit na lang, no? So naulit lang. Okay? But it can be simplified as this one, no? It can be simplified as this one, class. This one can be written as this one. Wait, sorry. May mali yata ako dito. No, pwede rin naman. Pero, mas maganda kung ganito class ang representation. Okay, let me put here. Mas maganda kung ginawa kong ganito. Control C. I-copy nyo to sa class sa pangalawang line. Okay. Para na-copy ulit siya. Alright? So 1 plus the R total is equal to the product of 1 plus R sub T. Okay? Take note, rin-replace ko na yung number sa 1, 2, 3, 4 hanggang R sub T ng R sub T na lang. And define T to be equal to 1 up to the period T. Alright? So this is the quote-unquote proper way, mathematical way of writing the formula. Okay? Okay. All right, then, so ito na, our total is equal to this product function minus 1. Okay, sinimplify ko lang yan. Okay, so there's a very crude example here. Okay. Suppose class yung price muna 100, tapos 110, tapos 110, 115.5. So this is let's call this V1. Tawagin na lang natin V1. Alt minus. Ayaw. Dapat to sa loob, no? Dapat to sa loob. Control Alt I. Okay. I'll put this inside. Control X. Do this class, hindi ko bibigay sa inyo to. Okay, V1, V2, Alt minus, and V3. There. V3. Okay. Okay, let's assume class that this is the latest. This is the value before, and this is the value 2 days ago. Okay, so how many returns will we have here? We will have class, we'll have how many returns, class? 2 returns, di ba? So let's call first R21, no? Yun na lang tawag natin sa kanya. For period, for day 2 and 1, and it's equal to, ano natin, V2, hindi ko pa pala i-run to. Run this class. Control Enter. So that you have now the values you registered. Yan, V1, V2, V3. So that you can make use of those variables. So R21 is V2 divided by V1, okay, minus 1. And also R32. R32, ano sinabi ko? Wait, this is the latest date. And then, sorry, let's make this the latest today and yesterday and 2 days ago. Okay, para tama yung formula natin. V2 over V1 minus 1. And then this one will be V3 over V2 minus 1. Okay, I hope you're following, class. Simple returns lang naman, alam natin na it's the value today divided by the value yesterday. So let's assume that we know the values, no? Okay. All right, so let's run this class. Control Enter. Okay, by the way, if you want to print it, semicolon R21, semicolon R32. Semicolon pala. Or another way, class, is pwede rin ganito, class, no? So this will run kasi pinapaprint natin R21. Or if you want, class, pwede yung put in parenthesis to. Yan. Put in parenthesis. If you put that in parenthesis, class, automatically, class, magpiprint yan, no? Okay, so tingnan natin anong mangyayari dito. Control Enter. Alright, now take a look, class. Dalawang print, di ba? Bakit? Kasi ito, this will print, tapos pinaprint ulit natin, R21. Okay? At so naging doble-doble lang. So I'll just remove this, class, again. Para isa lang. Control Enter. Alright, so yung yung ano natin, class, yung R21 is 0.1 and R32 is 0.05. Now, ang question, class, what's the total return? So the total return is not, I'll just call it R tot, alt minus. The total return is not adding R21 and R2. Say, let's sum R21, comma, R32. If you do this, class, lalagay ulit natin sa, print lang natin, R total. Control Enter. Okay? Kasi 0.10 and 0.05, di ba? So, the question is the total return, cumulative return for these 2 periods, 0.05? The answer is, this is wrong. Mali yan. That's not the total return. Okay? So, what is the total return? What is the total return, class? Again, we use the formula, class. Okay. Our total 1, I'll just make it 1, is what? It's equal to product, di ba? 1 plus ano? Yung unang return natin. Actually, ito yan, no? If I make this as the formula, Control C, Control V. So 1 plus this one, magka-cancel out lang yung 1, no? And then multiply it by times. 1 plus. Yung R32 natin is this one. Or of course, I could have used, class, I could have used R32. Okay? Walang problema dun. And then minus 1. Okay? So ang R total natin is based on this formula here. It's equal to the product of your of the sum of your returns, okay, and then minus 1. That's your R total. So here, class, here, R total 1 is equal to 1 plus, this is the return 2, 1, and then 1 plus return 3, 2, and then subtract 1. Control Enter. R dot 1. All right, 0.155. Okay? So, actually, class, yung ina-add yung mga returns, class, that is your pag-log returns. Okay, we'll see that in a while. Pag-log returns, class, ganyan dapat. Pwede nating i-add. So that's why finance analysts prefer making use of log returns, class, kasi additive siya. Okay? Let's illustrate that. Any questions here, class? Is this clear? I hope I'm not going too fast. Okay, thank you. Good. No questions? Sige lang. All right, very good. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much for your participation. I appreciate that. Okay, may question yata dito. Going back to what was added to the formula to get R? Okay. Thank you, Shekinah. Shekinah, please share your answer to to everyone. There's a very important question here. Going back to the returns. What was added to the formula to get 1 plus R3? Okay. Are you referring to this one, Shekinah, this one?
Hello po, sir. The previous one po, sir. Yung equation
Previous,
po sa taas po.
you thought this one?
Yung sa taas na po. Diyan po, sir.
Ito?
Yes po.
Ito?
Since po,
Okay.
yes po.
Okay. Itong R1 ang tinatanong mo.
Yes po, sir.
Okay, sige. So, example natin, sabihin natin, meron tayong crypto coin prices, no, from April 1 up to April 30, no? Ilang days yun? Ilang prices yun? 30 prices, di ba? Ilang returns yun? 29. Bakit? Kasi ang return, class, it's always between two dates. No? So you'll be able to generate 29 pairs. All right, let's say R1, ang R1 natin will be, for purposes of example, sabihin natin ang price ng April 1 is 10. Tapos ang price ng April 2 is 12. Okay? So ang question, ano yung R1 na to? If this refers to the returns between April 2 and April 1, R1 will be, di ba yung formula? P sub T over P sub T minus 1. The value now divided by the value yesterday. Ito April 1, ito April 2. So between April 1 and April 2, sino yung today? Si 12 plus. Kasi mas current siya eh. Ang yesterday, itong April 10. Okay, so the formula will be 12 divided by 10 minus 1. Okay? So ito yung R1 na yun. Okay? Then you add 1 plus whatever the value of this is. So this is 1.2 minus 1. So this is 0.2. Okay, punta naman tayo sa next one. Ito. Sabihin natin April 3, no? Sabihin natin ang price naging 11. So ngayon, kukumpitin natin si R2, which is, use these two periods, no? Ito April 3. So sino yung P sub T dito? Sino yung current? Si 11. So magiging ano siya, ang return nitong R2 na to, ang return nito is 11 P sub T divided by P sub T minus 1, yung previous, 12. Ba? So it's 11 divided by 12 minus 1. So whatever value you get here, yun ang R2 natin. Then you have to add 1 here. When you get the product, when you get the total returns. Okay? Is it clear? Hello?
Yes po,
Clear?
sir. Thank you po, sir.
Sure na clear ha?
Yes po, sir.
Pwede ko naman ulitin ha. So hindi to sprint, marathon tayo nito ha. Okay, we want everybody to understand. And then hanggang dito 'yan, di ba? Kunyari ang date natin, ang price nung April 29 is let's say 15. Tapos ang price nung April 30 is 18. So what will be R sub T? This is the last period, no? April, kino-compare natin si April 30 at saka si April 29. So ang return na to will be price at time T, 18. Yung price at time T class, yung mas current, no? Divided by price at time T minus 1, yung April 29 na price, 15. And then minus 1. Whatever you get here, kasi ito yung formula ng simple returns, palitan natin to dito, no? Okay, we substitute here. And then we have to add 1. Kasi yun ang formula ng compounded returns. Okay? Class, and then I'll just answer a knock on the door. Huh? Give me a few seconds. Sorry, class, ha? May knock on the door lang. Okay, so where are we, class? So I hope this is clear. Yung pag-compute ng cumulative, no? Cumulative simple returns. Okay, let's go now here. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, punta lang tayo dito kala sa log returns. Okay, although we started already with this, I'll share this first. Control C. Okay, let's take a look at log returns naman. And log returns are very important kasi mas ginagamit yung log returns class sa finance kaysa sa ano, and for several reasons. No? Maraming reasons kung bakit log returns. All right? So let's start first with single period. We already discussed this class. We said that ito, no? Okay, again, I will not anymore belabor this. Okay, by the way, may inano ko dito, no? Ito class, ito. How do you write these dots, no? Itong dots na to class, slash dots yan. If you want to put it in center, C, gawin yung C. Tingnan nyo, napupunta sa taas yung, sa gitna yung ano, no? Yung dots. Okay, so very convenient. Okay, so here, class, okay. The log returns class is simply the log of P sub T over P sub T minus 1. So we know, class, that this so log lang to ng P sub price today at saka price yesterday. So notice walang minus 1 yan, ano? Log, okay? And it's equal to, by definition, the log of a quotient is just the difference of the logs. No? Log of P sub T minus log of P sub T minus 1. So very simple arithmetic. So we already discussed also, did we discuss, class, yung difference ng log, yung log lang sa R at saka yung log na dapat ang base 10? Did we discuss this last time? Please feedback. Na-discuss ko ba yung ano, class, yung yes, okay, good. All right, so hindi ko na i-discuss yan, ha? Na-discuss na natin. Okay. Okay, ito, class, ito.
Ito na. Hindi pa.
I'm going to share this with you kasi gusto kong i-explain, class, yung log, no? Yung importance ng log. Okay. So sige, we have some notes here. Okay. Let's take a look at this. I want us to understand, class, yung log. Kasi as finance professionals, as would-be finance professionals, dapat nag-grasp natin yung ano, yung purpose ng log, and then later on sa exponential, no? Okay. Let's first create, class. Let's create an object called X. Ito na naman yung assignment operator, class, no? X and then alt minus. Okay. And then sequence. Sequence, class, is a function that will create a sandali lang, class, ulit, may knock ulit on the door. Quickly lang. Okay, so sequence, class, is a function where that's used to generate, class, a series of numbers. Ito from 0.01 hanggang 10, no? Length that out means we want to generate 1,000 numbers. Okay? 1,000 numbers. So if we run this, class, we run this X. Okay, mag-generate siya ng object dito sa X. Okay? Here. Si X, class, it's a vector, no? X is a vector, you know, numeric vector siya. So if you i-print natin dito class si ano, i-print natin si X. Control Enter. Yan. Tingnan nyo, class 1,000 numbers yan. Equally spaced yan, no? So, ang ginawa ni R, nag-generate siya ng numbers from 0.01 hanggang until 10. No? Kasi yun ang code natin eh. Yun ang function na ginamit natin. Sequence from 0.01 up to 10. Alright? And length that out is 1,000. How do I know there are 1,000 observations here? Number 1, dito sa environment class, ayan o, sa environment, ilan nakalagay? 1 up to 1,000. 1,000 observations. Dito din class, I'm sure in your FinArts, you have learned this, na ito class 995, it means that this is the 995th element, 996, 996, 97, 98, 99, 1,000. So true enough class, 1,000 talaga yung laman niya. Okay, so we have generated a number, a vector of numbers from 0.01 up to 0.01 up to 0.01 up to 10, no? All right, ito. And then let's now get the log of x. Y is equal to log x. Control Enter. Okay, now we have this, no? Ito yung y. Ayan, 1 up to 1,000, no? All right. Now please recall that you cannot get the log of a negative number, no? You cannot get the log of a negative number. However, the log of a number can be a negative number. Okay? So the log of, let's say, p sub t over p sub t minus 1 can be a negative number kasi pwede namang negative log returns. So let's plot that. Ito. I-plot na lang natin para makita natin how this behaves. Okay, let's first create this object. So, no? Let's create this object log data, and it's a data frame. I hope you have been watching the videos. For those of you who are FinArts students, I'm sure kayang-kaya na yan. Okay, especially my students, no? So dapat medyo kabisado na to, no? So here we're creating an object called log data, and it's a data frame. And the names of the columns or the variables are x values, and it's equal to x. Ito yun. And the other column is y values, and it's equal to y. So dapat parehong 1,000 yung class. Otherwise, hindi mag-work yung data frame. But we know that they are both 1,000 kasi x has 1,000 elements. Y, which is just the log of x, has also 1,000. And hindi magkakaroon ng NA yan kasi yung x natin are all positive numbers. Okay, so let's create this log data, Control Enter. And then if you can see class, yung log data natin sa ilalim sa environment, notice that it's under data. Okay, because this is a data frame. Data frame siya. Hindi siya vector. Okay? In fact, if you check, lagyan lang natin dito class, structure. Structure ni log data, anong klaseng object ba si log data? Structure, Control Enter, and you can see here that it's a data frame, no? 1,000 observations of two variables. The first variable is x values. The second variable is y values. In fact, if we click this class, it's equivalent. Tingnan nyo dito yung yung console, no? I'll delete this. Okay, I'll click this one class, yung sa nasa environment data. Notice that the equivalent is view log data. No? It shows us yung x values and then the y values. Nagsimula sa 0.01, value nito. Okay, so let's print this class. Let's print here. Let's print this. All right. Here we're creating a plot. Pinapaplot natin sa x-axis natin yung x values ni log data. Sa y-axis natin yung log y values natin. Type is equal to line. Color ng line is equal to blue. Length ng line width is 2. And then may name yung plot natin, graph of log x from the data frame. And then may label yung x-axis, label. And then may label yung y-axis. No? And then here, sama na natin to number 4. Let's add a vertical line. No? Touching x is equal to 0. So that's AB line, V is equal to 0. Line type is equal to 2. Color is equal to red. Line width is equal to 2. And also add a horizontal line touching y is equal to 0. So meron tayo ditong horizontal, okay, touching yung h is equal to 0 at saka vertical touching v is equal to 0. Okay, if I run this class, itong 3, 4, 5 na to, control enter. Okay, take a look at this class. Yun. Okay. So this is your ano to class? Y is equal to log x. This is your log x. Ano yung x natin? Our x are values from 0.01 up to 10. Diba kasi hindi natin pwedeng kunin yung negative number na negative ng log, no? Kaya nagsimula lang tayo sa 0.01. Okay. Now if you notice class, this one, okay, ano to class? Ano to? This one class is, okay, ano siya? This one class is 1. So which tells us that the log of 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so that's what's telling us here. Okay, di ba kasi itong mga log values to? Okay, log of 1, yung x natin is 1. The y is equal to 0. Yan. And it tells us also that, you notice class, less than 1, kung ang x less than 1, you have values of the log of x to be negative. Okay, mga negative na to class. Okay? Greater than 1 class, the log values are positive. So that tells us class, if p sub t over p sub t minus 1, no? If this ratio, if this quotient is less than 1, okay, then negative yung returns natin. In other words, class, pag, very obvious naman, di ba? Pag, kailan ba magiging less than 1 to? Mas malaki yung price kahapon. Di ba, class? If p sub t over p sub t minus 1 is greater than 1, then it means that yung p sub t natin, yung price today, is greater than the price yesterday. And notice, class, if x, which is p sub t over p sub t minus 1, if p sub t over p sub t minus 1 is greater than 1, no? Diba? If it's greater than 1, ito yun, diba? From 1 up, the log, the values, the returns will be positive. Tingnan nyo to, class. These are above, diba? Above the horizontal line to. So ito lahat to mga positive to. Ito yun. 0 up. Okay, so very simple lang, class. I-summarize natin na. If the ratio, class, p sub t over p sub t minus 1 is equal to 1, it means it's the same. No? Same. Kailan magiging the same? Walang change ng price. Ang price ko ngayon 10, ang price kahapon 10. So that means 10 divided by 10, okay, is equal to 1. Ba? P sub t over p sub t minus 1 is equal to 1. Ang log niyan, class, is equal to 0. Ibig sabihin, the log returns is 0. Tama, walang returns eh. Kasi hindi naman nagbago yung price, walang log returns. However, if p sub t over p sub t minus 1 is less than 1, ano yung implication nun? Mas malaki yung price kahapon kaysa price ngayon. Ano mangyayari, class? Ang log returns niya will be negative. Tingnan nyo ito. Okay? Ito, class, ito negative na to eh. Okay, these returns are all negative. No? Okay? And then also, if p sub t over p sub t minus 1 is greater than 1, Okay, ibig sabihin, mas malaki si P sub t kaysa kay P sub t minus 1. What happens, class? The log returns, class, is positive. Okay? And also, you can see here, may asymptote dito. Yan, tingnan nyo. This one will never touch, it will never touch 0. Ano ibig sabihin ng class? Okay. So y-axis, class, yan yung returns. The returns, class, can be infinite. It can become infinity, class, no? Kapag masyado nang maliit yung number, ibig sabihin, kunyari, ang P sub t natin 1. Tapos, ang P sub t minus 1 natin 1 million. Ano yan? 1 over 1 million. That's 0.0001, di ba? So, maliit na siya. Dito na siya, no? Yung value na ng x is very, very small. Therefore, ang log return sa class is practically infinite. And then also, okay, the log returns class, sorry, yung value ni x class, notice, asymptotic siya dito. Ibig sabihin nun, x cannot be 0. Subukan nyo, class, kunin dyan sa log of x, subukan nyo. Ano lumalabas sa log of x? Class? Feedback. What is the value of log of x? What's the value, class, of log of x? Answer? A log of 0 pala, x is equal to 0. Feedback, please, class. What is log of 0? Asymptotic siya dito, class. No? Ibig sabihin, it cannot touch 0. Ito kasi itong line na to, class, itong vertical line na to, that's x is equal to 0. Eh. So, it will keep on going to infinity, yung value ng returns. But it will never get to 0. Okay? So, ano? Yan. Infinity, class. Negative infinity. Alright? So, medyo hindi pa pwedeng maging 0 class yung log of x. Kasi, paano magiging 0 to, class? Hindi kasi pwedeng maging 0 yung value ng price. Eh. Diba? We can never conceive of a situation where this is equal to 0. Approaching 0. Approaching 0 lang, but never 0. Okay. Is that clear, class? Clear ba siya, class? I hope it's clear, class. Maybe some of you are still confused. Okay lang yung class. Okay lang yun. Kasi yung concept na to, it needs more time to percolate. No? If you're able to get it, very good. If not, that's okay, class. Ulitin nyo na lang. No? Ulitin nyo yung pag-ano niyan. Kasi pinaplot lang naman ito. Si x, ito siya, di ba? Notice si x, hindi pwede maging negative. Di ba? Si x hanggang dito lang siya. 0, above 0. It can be 1. X can be 1. If x is 1, then the value of log x is 0. Okay, it can be positive. Pag positive yung ratio ng P sub t over P sub t minus 1, then the returns will be positive. If it's less than 1, ibig sabihin, class, mas malaki yung price kahapon kaysa ngayon, then the returns will be negative. And it's very practical naman. No? We know that if the price decreased today compared to yesterday, then there should be a loss. Okay? So similar lang siya, class, sa simple returns. In that regard, na kapag mas mataas, class, yung price ngayon kaysa kahapon, therefore, kasi ang quotient nun, P sub t over P sub t minus 1 will be greater than 1. And then pag minus mo yung 1 doon, still positive yun. Alright. Now let's go to the multiple. No? Ito, kailangan din natin to. Control C. Control V. Okay. Let's take a look at this, class. Again, yung LaTeX natin. Sorry. Just drink water. Okay, the formula class, no? So the formula class in getting the total returns for r sub t small r sub t2, log returns to. Notice additive lang siya. Summation siya. No? Unlike yung yung simple returns, product siya. Ito sum lang. So if you're able to get log return 1, log return 2, log return 3, add mo lang siya. No? So that's why others really prefer yung log returns kasi additive lang siya. No? So for example, you have yung log returns mo at period 1 is 0.0953. Sa period 2, it's 0.04488. The total log returns is simply summing up all. No? Okay? And then, sabi natin last time, di ba sabi natin last time, you can convert, class. You can convert. Remember, class? Log returns is equal to 1 plus log of 1 plus okay, discrete returns. No? Okay? So if you have r sub t, class, let's say yung total na, no? Inon natin yung total for the whole month. You can compute now the cumulative log returns or vice versa. Sabi natin, if you recall the formula dapat, class, r sub t total is equal to ano yung formula? E to the RT minus 1. Okay? So, dapat alam tong formula na to. And this will be covered in the second quiz, class, second face-to-face quiz. Yung first quiz on the first face-to-face meeting will be okay. All right, so you can convert your total log returns, cumulative log returns into you can convert your total simple returns into log returns, total log returns, and then your total cumulative log returns into simple returns. And, okay, notice, class, ito, no? So ito log returns to, 0.1441. So how do we convert this into a total simple returns? So it should be r sub t is equal to E to the r sub t 0.1441, okay, and then minus 1. So yung class, do this in your console. Remember, E class is EXP, no? So it's equal to EXP and then write this 0.1441 minus 1. What do you get? Okay, I'll wait for your response, class. What are you getting, class? Your answer? Simple lang yan, class. It's equal to EXP lang yan. EXP. Ba, exponential yan, E. E to the ano yan? To the what? Yung R sub T natin, yung log returns. 0.1441. And then minus 1. Okay? Got it, class? 0.42? Huh? 0.42 ba? 0.15 lang, ha? 0.15, no? May minus 1 dito. So 0.1, approximately 0.155. It should not be very far from your log returns, huh? And you notice, class, that the arithmetic returns will be greater than your log returns. Lagi yan. No? Always. Always. Good. What's the LaTeX format of converting log returns? Ito. Paano daw yung LaTeX format? Okay, let's answer the question of Crystalline. Okay, LaTeX natin. Close ko muna to. Okay, actually andito siya, no? Andito yung LaTeX natin ng E. Hindi, wala. Sige. Sulat natin dito. Dito. So we have $, $. Yung ano na lang yung anong question ni Christine? R sub T, okay. So R sub T, di ba? R. Hindi ko nalalagay begin align kasi iisa lang naman yung lalagay natin. R sub T is equal to E is equal to E raised to the, no? Raised to the, no? And then R T minus 1. Okay, yan. And then may minus 1 pa tayo dito. Okay? So e to the, so bracket siya kasi exponent siya, no? R, and then subscript natin, underscore T minus 1, and then minus 1. Okay? Very good. Thank you for asking that. Okay, I'm happy that you're having interest in writing your LaTeX, no? Yan, class. R sub T is equal to, this is how you convert your log returns into your simple returns. Okay. Did that answer your question, Christine?
Yes po, sir. Thank you po.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So, I'll share this again with you. Ito, advantages class, no? Advantages ng log returns. Okay. Control C. Control V. Okay, copy nyo yan, class. And then, ito pa isa, no? Ay, mahaba ito. Wait, ha? Ito muna. And then I'm going to show you an example where okay, Control C. Medyo na-advance na tayo sa blank section. All right. I'll discuss this first quickly. All right. Now, may inverse function si log class, no? Si log at saka si E, they are inverse functions. 'Di ba? Na-notice yung class, 'di ba? Nung R 'di ba yung function na R sub T? Sulat ko. R sub T is equal to log of 1 plus big R sub T. So in order to compute for the log returns, we have to get the log of 1 plus the simple returns. Now sabi natin, in order to compute for simple returns, diba? When you're given R sub T, we have to remove the log here. And to remove the log here, what did we do? We exponentiate them, diba? EXP or E to the RT is equal to E to the log. What you do on one side, you do on the other side. Log of 1 plus RT. Now, why did we do that, class? Kasi class, si exponentiation, si E, at saka si log, inverse functions yan. Okay? Parang sa addition. Okay? Sa addition class, additive principle of sa multiplication, kunyari, yung 1. Okay, if you multiply any number by 1, you get the number. Ito naman class, magka-cancel out to. E at saka log. They will cancel out. Kaya naging ano lang to, 1 plus RT. Okay? So, okay, I want to reach as far as, okay, tingnan nyo to class, no? Ganun din, no? This time, ang i-create natin, EXP. Okay? Here, we once again got the sequence from -5 to 5 naman. Length that out is 1,000. Tapos mag-create din tayo ng exponential data. Okay, data frame din, x values is equal to x, y values is equal to y. Then, i-plot din natin, no? And then, let's create also an horizontal asymptote and the vertical asymptote. Okay, I'm going to run this class. Let's run this, the whole one, okay? Yeah, tingnan nyo class, no? Yung log class kanina, pag ganito, no? Ito namang EXP, pag ganito class. Okay, now this is very important kasi this illustrates the power of compounding. Okay, di ba? Sa compounding yan, which we'll learn in your basic time series, time value of money. Ito yung class, oh. Kung time to, class, time, notice na same increase in time, grabe increase ng, let's say you're computing for the future value or the present value or the interest. Diba? Ang laki ng compounded kasi siya, no? Exponential, continuously compounded. Ito yan. Okay, so this is how you illustrate class the concept of compounding. Ito yung plot na yan. All right. Then, I'll just give this to you. Ito, no? Ito rin. Yung description ng exponential function, Control C. Okay, time na pala, no? I'll just give this class to you, no? Okay. And then this one, yung last. Mahaba-haba kasi to. And please read through this. I hope kumasya siya. Kasi very strict si ano eh. Ayan, sobra. Okay. Dalianin ko ha. Hatiin ko lang, sorry. I want you to have this already para ano? Para mabasa nyo on your own, and it's a very good way to or ano na lang class, ipopost ko na lang sa ano no kasi may matatagalan pa kung anyway, it's just a discussion on why is AXP important in finance. So you can see how ang ganda ng pagkasulat no kasi I used LaTeX no. So panay tapos sinabi ko kung anong font, tapos ayan no. Tapos may right arrow andyan. Okay, tapos kung yung ano din yung font class, yung font size. Okay, tapos may bullet, you can write bullet, no? Okay, so I want you to, kaso ang haba eh. Ganito na lang class. Wait ha. Okay, give me a few seconds, sorry. Okay, this one. Kasi gusto kong makuha nyo na to. And then I'll just create a text file. All right. File, new. Yeah, save ko file. Save as. Dito sa folder natin. Ayan, okay. EXP, no? The EXP function. Okay, save ko. And close ko siya. And then, pakicopy nyo lang class, pakikuha nyo dito sa chat. Sa chat box. Okay. File. Desktop. Instead. Here. Okay. Copy nyo yung class ha. Copy nyo yung code na yan. No? Copy nyo yung code na yan. Tapos, aralin nyo no? Para in preparation for Friday. All right. Thank you so much, class. Sorry for extending a bit. Did you learn something today? Pa-feedback naman, class, kung kung okay lang ba yung pace natin, kung I hope you can say that this is totally different from your Fin Arts, na may mga functions kayo sa R na natututunan nyo, which you did not learn before sa Fin Arts nyo. Okay? Kindly feedback, please, class. I just want to know if may value added tong mga sessions natin na to. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you so much for your feedback. All right, with that, class, have a good day ahead, and I'll see you, Lord willing, on Friday. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you po,
Yes.
sir.
Thank you, thank you. Anong
Thank you,
question?
sir.
Attendance?
No po.
Yes.
I was wondering if you will be uploading your
Yes, I
meeting
will.
recordings.
I-stop recording ko na muna, no? So,
Okay.
nakalimutan ko. I'll upload it. Stop recording.